Stillwater Planning Commission meeting of April 1st, 2025 is called to order. It will be the process this evening to call for items on the agenda. The commission will hear briefly from staff first, then applicant and/or representative, then open the public hearing and hear from those in favor and/or opposition to the request. When you come to the podium, please clearly state your name and address for the record. Before closing the public hearing, both staff and applicant and/or the representative will be provided an opportunity to respond, to provide additional information, and answer questions. After all interested parties have spoken, the public hearing will be closed. We will hear closing remarks and alternatives from staff. The first item on the agenda tonight will be to receive public comment on a preliminary plat named Greenheart Place, formerly known as Quail Meadows, creating 47 residential lots and one outlot in the small lot single-family residential RSS district with a planned unit development overlay. And we'll start by hearing from staff.
All right, thank you. And good evening, Planning Commission. I'm Josh Brown. I am the Development Coordinator with Development Services. And as you stated, this is a preliminary plat for Greenheart Place, previously known as Quail Meadows, addressed at 1413 and 1599 East Lakeview Road. Here's an area map showing the subject's location. It does have frontages off of Crayler, Grandview, and Lakeview roads. Here's an aerial view. The East Ridge Addition subdivision is located to the east. Skyline Elementary and Stillwater Junior High is located to the south. Skyline East is located to the southeast. And then the White Barn Estates is located up further north and east. This is a street view showing the property. This is taken from East Lakeview Road. The property is currently undeveloped. A little bit of background on this. This preliminary plat was actually approved by the Planning Commission in June of 2022, then known as Quail Meadows. It was then extended by Planning Commission in June of 2024, and then a revised plat was considered by the Planning Commission on January 7th of this year. And it was approved with the following conditions. Those conditions were to adjust the drainage and the utility easements on Outlot A, and kind of just delineate the sewer and the water line easement, the utility easements that is, and separate the drainage easement. Another condition was to close the easement located on Lot 2, Block 6. And then the last one was to remove lots 1, 2, and 3 on Block 6 due to the concerns about the oil well. This is the plat that was previously discussed in that January meeting. We can come back to that if we need to. Here's the revised preliminary plat. We'll just start down in the lower left-hand corner. There is a new 10-foot private utility easement, and Outlot A is now a drainage easement only. There were previously 3 lots located in that lower left-hand corner. Now there's only one. That one lot has been enlarged. However, the lots 2 and 3 have been relocated behind Hannington Lane. They're now known as lots 5 and 6 in Block 3. Where do we want to go next? That easement, that part of the easement is actually part of the pipeline easement over to the right, and it's all to be closed, abandoned. We do have documentation on that. And then that access road entrance is to be removed. Aaron Ferguson with Bancroft Design is the applicant's engineer, and he is here to speak on this. Do you guys have any questions for staff?
I don't see any, thank you.
Right.
We'll now ask for the applicant and/or their representative to come forward.
Hello, Aaron Ferguson with Bancroft Design at 923 South Lowry. So as staff mentioned, this is a change from the previous plat submitted back in January. The biggest concern with the 3 lots in the southeast corner was a couple of them were located on top of the plugged oil well. So those lots have been relocated to the end of the cul-de-sac. The one lot still remains in the southeast corner, but it is not affected by the oil well at all. So we're hoping that location is still acceptable. Other than that, the easements questions have been resolved, and there are no other changes to the plat from January.
Commissioners, any questions for the applicant?
So lots 5 and 6 are new compared to the last time? then?
Yes, yes.
And were there just 8 lots around that cul-de-sac and now there's 10? Is that?
Yes, correct. Originally, lots 5 and 6 now was part of Outlot A, but the detention has been reshaped a bit to accommodate those 2 lots there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my biggest concern was the capped well, so having that taken care of, very beneficial. Any other questions for the applicant? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll now open the public hearing for anyone that would like to speak in favor of this preliminary plat. Seeing none, I will now ask for anyone in opposition of the preliminary plat to come forward. Seeing none, I'll now close the public hearing and ask staff to come forward to present alternatives.
Okay. So I'll do the findings first. Okay. This proposed preliminary plat meets the subdivision and zoning requirements, and the comp plan recommends high-density residential uses at this location. So your alternatives tonight are to accept the findings and approve the proposed preliminary plat as presented. You can approve the proposed preliminary plat with conditions, noting what conditions should be met for the approval of the final plat, or you can reject the findings and deny the proposed preliminary plat as presented. Or your last option, find that the additional information or discussion is needed to make a final decision and table the request to a certain date, noting that action must be taken within 60 days of the public hearing. Staff recommends alternative 1.
Thank you. Commissioners, any discussion?
Well, it doesn't seem that there are any open issues from what was listed as the requirements from the last time.
Yeah, I would say that they took care of the issues that we brought forward and addressed, and they've addressed those and have a better plat to move forward with.
Okay, given that, I move that we accept the findings and approve the proposed preliminary plat as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We shall now vote. Motion passes 4-0. So now we will be continuing with the process of business, which will be the approval of the meeting summaries for the regular meeting summary of January 7th, 2025. Commissioners, any corrections or modifications?
I'll move to accept as presented.
Second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. We should now vote. Motion passes 4-0. Next, we have the regular meeting summary of January 28, 2025. Any corrections?
Seeing no corrections, I move that we accept the regular meeting summary of January 28th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We should now vote. Motion passes 4-0. Lastly, we have the regular meeting summary from March 25th of 2025. Do we have any corrections?
I move we approve the meeting summary or minutes of the March 25th meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We should now vote. Motion passes 3-1 abstained. Next, we have miscellaneous items from staff, planning commissioners, or city attorney for discussion and possible action. Only thing listed on the agenda is next regular meeting is Tuesday, April 15th of 2025. Other than that, we have adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We should now vote. Motion passes 4-0. We are now adjourned.